Welcome to another Addy Footy Fix. I'm Cameron Best, and with me today is Daniel Breen from the Geelong Advertiser, sports reporter, general news reporter extraordinaire. G'day, Daniel.
Hey Cam, yeah, well thanks mate. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of absolutely none.
Well, you say that, some people don't, that's for sure. Now, we've got a big game coming up this weekend, Saturday at Skilled Stadium. Geelong takes on North Melbourne, a fantastic game, and some key matchups as well, I reckon, Breeny.
Yeah, looks a cracker actually, Cam. North Melbourne will really test Geelong in the big man department. Todd Goldstein in great form, 149 Supercoach points last week. Drew Petrie also, big tall forward, kicked 6 against Richmond, looks good. Geelong will try and negate that through probably Harry Taylor and Tom Lonergan, generally take the Gorillas and leave big Matty Scarlett to roam around and do what he likes in defence.
Yeah, certainly. The midfield's going to be the tail of the tape, I would imagine, though.
Absolutely. Andrew Swallow and Boomer Harvey, who keeps on keeping on, great little player. They'll have a crack, no doubt. And of course, Geelong still got plenty of stars there. Jimmy Bartell, Paul Chapman, Joel Selwood and James Kelly continuing to really set the bar high.
And of course, as we saw earlier in the week, we've got the two Scots going up against each other in the coaches' boxes, Brad and Chris. I wonder who Mrs. Scott's going to support come Saturday.
Well, mums always say they don't have favourites, and these boys said it's not about them, but it is. It's first time they've met as coaches in an AFL fixture, and I reckon there's plenty on the line there.
Absolutely. Another win at the fortress that is Skilled Stadium for the Cats will take their tally to 25 consecutive wins, which would be an AFL-VFL record, so we understand, eclipsing the previous best of 24 wins by South Melbourne and Richmond at the old Punt Road Oval and the Lakeside Oval back in the 1930s. So it really has turned into an absolute fortress for Geelong over the past 3 or so years.
We're on world record pace, Cam. 25 in a row at Skilled Stadium. And could you believe the last team to beat Geelong at Geelong was Port Adelaide, and they are rubbish.
Absolute rabble at the moment, of course. They were very ordinary against North Melbourne, obviously giving North Melbourne a nice kick along into the game against the Cats as well.
Nothing like a confidence booster, just ask the Gold Coast Suns.
Absolutely. And of course, speaking of moving on into next week, and the Cats have got to get over North Melbourne, of course, but we've got the mighty Magpies, the reigning premiers, your team coming up the next week at the MCG. The big question is Channel 7 going to play it live on Friday night?
Well, it's a big question, Cam. The Logie Award-winning Better Homes and Gardens, of course, it often takes precedence over the footy, but you would hope that Channel 7 might see the light here and show it live. They did last year when they met in round 9 and it was a sellout. It's expected to be a sellout again. Surely Channel 7 will pull their finger out.
Well, certainly Joanna Griggs got stuck into Carl Stefanovic at the Logies. She might get stuck into the Cats if they take her primetime spot on Friday night. Yes,
and there's a few mums about who'd be very, very keen on seeing what Tara Dennis can come up with in terms of craft.
My word. You're a bit of a crafty bloke yourself, Daniel.
Love a good bit of craft.
Excellent. Don't forget, this week coming up in the Geelong Advertiser, we've got the top 50 Cats of all time. Interesting list, very subjective list as well. You have some ideas on who'd make the top 50 there?
Yeah, had a little bit of a go at it this morning. We've come up with a short list of 60 and whenever you do a list, there's always someone who has something to say about it. There will be arguments, but we'll try our best and see what we can come up with.
Well, obviously there's the team of the century, so a lot of those players would be sure to get a Guernsey, but there's probably a lot of players in the last 10 years or so who are knocking on the door as well, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a few current day boys. I'd reckon young Gary Ablett Jr. have to be a chance. Not a Geelong boy anymore,
Gary
I know.
Ablett Jr. Who's
who? Who? Gary who? It'll be interesting. Yeah. Will Ablett Jr. trump Ablett Sr.?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, just as a footnote, very interesting at the moment on the Geelong Cats website. Although they're saying that Gary Ablett's in the past, we're no more talk about Gary Ablett. They're actually producing some T-shirts to promote the rivalry between the Cats and the Suns, looking out for their round 10 and round 20 clashes. this year. So interesting to see if you're into that sort of thing. Make sure you get your T-shirt to get stuck into young Gary as he lines up for the Suns against the Cats.
Dare I say it, they will sell like hotcakes.
I reckon they probably will too. All right, that's it for Addy Footy Fix. We'll see you again next week. See you then.